Hi, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to the second part of the first part. My name is Gabriella, and these are my guests once more.
I'm Michelle Pinder.
And I'm Sheldon Pinder.
So, we're going to kind of take off where we left off. Y'all got the affirmation of the week in the last episode. If you didn't get it, go back and watch it. And while you're doing that, don't forget to subscribe. So, in your opinion, what are some values and beliefs that should be discussed before marriage?
Values and beliefs that should be discussed before marriage. Definitely finances is one. And finances takes into consideration whether the person's been coming with debts, what are their thoughts on debt, because you can be so far apart on what to do in finances. That's one. Two, your faith. Faith in something. Can't be just a rock or existing. If it doesn't line up, then run for the hills. Qualities, I think if the person is sacrificial, that if this person is really someone that will go out of their way for you. You know, I saw Sheldon did that. Let me see. Genuine love. And love comes not only in gifts. I mean, some people love to get gifts. That to me is not the only thing that they do for them, but just a genuine love and a caring for you. What's another thing I would say? Able to be real. You can be real in front of the person, not made up. Too many people now see each other on dates and they're made up. Their face is made up. And by the time they take off all that and what you see at home is a whole different other person. So being genuine and real. Seeing the person when they're upset, see how they operate. So they operate around their friends, how they operate around the family. Try to be in that genuine space so they can be real with the person. Because that's very important. Because go on a date is just go on a date.
Everybody put on the front.
That's put on.
That's true. And I think that also kind of leads to how important is it to be patient? Because a lot of the time, and we've all heard this, they say the younger generation is like a microwave generation. We want everything like at an instant, but really and truly having a love that stands the test of time requires patience.
A lot.
Love is patient.
And love is
And
kind. So what does that look like in waiting for things to develop? I guess.
You know, depending on where you're in life. If someone's 55 and today, I'm not going to tell you spend 9 years to get to know somebody, right? So your value system is different as you get older. But I definitely would say pace yourself. Like it's not. Don't feel pressured. I think there's a lot of pressure in today's world and social media doesn't help. You know, like you're this is a young man. We when we met we had nothing. So if we had social media interfere with our lives back then, 25 years from now, I would want him to be buying me a gift every day, or sending me these expensive flowers. There's too much pressure, and I think there's a lot of things, and that's why you find a lot of people going after the quick money because they gotta impress, the pressure to impress. You know, so poor little young man doing something that he shouldn't be doing just to impress, or girls doing things just to impress. You know, so that's to me is being patient and pacing your relationship. If you're a college student, what you gonna do? Rob the bank? You know, you're both college students. So let's keep it real, right? So I think that the pressure of impressing people is too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's just a bit much.
And what do you think?
Yeah, it's overboard. Social media play a big, huge role in society, and I can't. Sorry to say, I can't think even young people, even older people too. You know, because older people going on social media doing the same foolishness too. You know, so the thing ain't got nothing to do with age anymore. You know, it's just that you have to know you. At the end of the day, you got to work on you. That's what all is going to come down to. You have to work on you. I believe in this society, everybody trying to change somebody. You never will change a person. You only can change you. And through the process of changing you, it'll cause a reflection on the other person to change. But you cannot change a person. And I don't care how much you might say you love this person, you know, you can't change them. Love you and love you strongly, and you'll see the person change. Because they'll see the value in you.
There you go. There you go.
But you can't force a person to love you. You can't force. You cannot. And I think this is what's wrong with most young women and young men. You know, they want to buy people love. What happened to the expensive thing you already bought? That only might last for a week or two. The expensive dinner. You then eat that, then you go to the bathroom and you let that out. You know? But it's done. Now you gotta now what you have to do with that now. You gotta try to impress the first one to the second one now. Mm-hmm. Now you try to outdo the first one. How much pressure that is? That's too much pressure. Mm-hmm. No. You know, now I'm not saying nothing wrong with going to nice places. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But don't allow that to be a focal point. That's the danger zone right there. Yeah. What happened if the person can't afford it anymore?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you move on to the next person then.
And that's a way for you to pace the person to see how do they value money.
Exactly.
If every day would you save, so it's the pressure, that pressure, and I think pace yourself. I don't think you should be in a relationship where someone's pressuring you like that. If they're pressuring you, they don't respect your values, then you know it's a no-no. Yeah. It's not going to work. It's a no-no. If it goes against your value and you don't want to compromise, it's a no.
And you have to
have They have to respect you.
And you have to have value.
Have value for yourself.
Yeah, for you.
Have values for yourself.
You have to. And that's what's going on now.
Yeah.
Young people don't have no
value system.
Young and old don't have no value anymore. The values are gone out. Or they just give up their value to just please the person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Just to please the person.
That's very important.
Yeah.
You guys dropped a lot of gems right there. Because even like you mentioned, like you really, and I say that we emphasize that you cannot change a person. Because sometimes we think that our love is enough. Or it's just the person. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Like you just have to allow people to be who they are. And if you don't like the person or you realize that you can't get in alignment with the person, then you got to skedaddle rattle.
Keep it moving.
Yes, I like that one.
You have to like just move on.
It will hurt.
Yeah,
you go through the process of pain, but
a
lifetime of problems versus a little time of pain.
Yeah,
that's so true.
I
think people don't want to go to the pain.
No, they don't.
They live in this place called denial.
Denial. Yeah.
They don't want to deal with the true reality.
Ignorance is bliss.
There you go.
You know,
people that don't want to deal with the reality of this is what the person really is. And you can't change them to the,
You know, so they just want to live in the good moments. Mm-hmm. You know, and totally forget the bad moments. Or the person might be a very abusive person, but the person really treats you good by buying you nice things. You know, but yet again they're abusive to you.
Yeah.
But what you like the nice things, so you stay in the abuse.
Yeah. There's a lot of that going on. I mean, even like we see it on social media, like, oh my God, he got her this, he got her a car, he got her. And it's so easy to get oh wow, like, why aren't you doing that? Like, why aren't you getting me that?
That's correct. So you start pressuring your little fellow to say, well, look what she got.
And you don't even know the reason that she's getting it.
Or what she's been through.
To get it. Yeah, that's people need to unpack that.
Let's stew in that a little bit.
Because that's really like. And I see it a lot.
Yeah.
I see it usually with like the younger generation. Like I saw today, like this guy got his girlfriend a G-Wagon. And I was like, wow, this is nice. And like you would look at their page and you're like, wow, she's living the life. She got the jewelry, she got the car, she's going to have the wedding. But it's so easy to envy people when you don't really know like what's really going on.
Exactly.
You don't really know. Like people could put on any front that they want.
But rental cars can have a lot of those cars.
This is true. And you could just buy the bow at Party City.
Thank you.
Wash the car, dry it, put the bow on, take a picture, and return it.
Exactly.
That's correct.
Like
a lot of it's fake.
Yes, like the other day I went to check out the Gucci store at Sawgrass. You know, just went in to just look around and thing. And I was like, so I see a couple of girls, and you see them with the phones. And they get on the Gucci glasses, and they busting the pictures, and they get the Gucci bag, and they put it on, they busting. I said, okay, this is how they do it. You know?
They don't own half that Gucci.
And I went out the store, and I stood across the street like just to watch. You think they came out of the store with any Gucci thing? Come out of the store with nothing. Okay.
It's true. And that puts upon a pressure. Like there's somebody who I reached out to. You see other females doing well.
So-
and so I reached out to her. I said, who does your social media, like your pictures and stuff like that? And she was part of I just rent those for the occasion. So I said, none of that is yours. She goes, no. I said, okay, I don't want that.
That's true. Like, I've heard so many stories where they're like, okay, the person purchased this from Saks Fifth, wore it, and returned it.
Yeah.
So you tell me that's not your YSL?
Yeah. So
What's going on?
yeah. So people don't want to be real.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real. And I've always been a person that says, let's keep it real. That's not where we are in life at this point, or, and again, you say value system, like when you get together with someone, it's for better or for worse.
Let's highlight it. For
Right?
better, for
Or
worse.
And people only want to live in the better. And there will come a time where it's worse. Worse could be a sick parent, like me. I've had sick parents. Worse could be
Lost job.
just a loss of a job, loss of employment. And it doesn't mean that you gotta just give up on your marriage. Your marriage is going to be tested, because nobody's marriage is untested. If anyone tells you it's been, they're not telling the truth. There's always gonna be seasons of testing, and how you go through that season of testing. Now, there's certain things that are non-negotiable, right? But can you go through the season of testing?
And then do you think that your relationship improved when you guys got married, or was it just like a little?
Of course.
Of course, our marriage got better. Our marriage got better.
Because I was not a real good communicator. Not a good talk. I was not a talker.
Yeah.
So I've learned through marriage, I can't just do things. I have to communicate with my wife. It's just not me anymore. I'm responsible for somebody else well-being too, and that's just responsible for the person. Now I'm responsible for the person's parents. You see?
Yeah.
So all that come in one
Yeah.
basket.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we just want to be responsible for our own. Doesn't work no more. It's a package deal now.
Amen.
So true.
Yeah.
You marry into a family.
Yeah,
That's so
exactly.
true.
You marry each other, but you do marry into a family.
And you'll hear
That's-
people
yeah.
say, in the country, but you'll hear people say, I'm just marrying her, or I'm just marrying him. I'm not marrying his mom or his dad.
It's not
It
true.
don't work that way. Then you have a problem. Long term, you will have a problem.
Yeah.
Because what happens if the young man mom gets sick, or her mom gets sick? They need your help. What you can say, you're not going to help?
Yeah.
Then there can be a problem in the marriage.
Yeah.
Because you never liked the mom, or the other person never liked the dad.
Yeah.
You see, all those are things you got to take into consideration.
Yeah.
How do they interrelate with your family?
Family.
Are there a person that's going to keep you away from your family? And
Family.
those signs are early to see. When you choose a partner in life, you're supposed to be getting each other better. There's not supposed to be, I'm making you better. You should be enhancing each other. So you know what each other's skill. Yeah, it's a mutual enhancement and growth. So, there are times I went back to school for my career. There are things that he has done better when he went to Bible school, improving in ministry, things like that. So you have to elevate each other. You can't
support.
and support that support, because it's not just all about one person. It's and also if you see the person that you're dating treating their mother badly, chances are that's a telltale sign.
Yeah.
If your partner is not there's a lot of things you can look at when you're choosing a partner. How do they treat their parents? When special occasions come around, things like, you got to look at all that, because that comes into the marriage as well.
Yeah.
So from the perspective of both of you, of course, from a man and a woman's perspective, what are like the top 5 red flags that people should be looking out for? You named a few of them, but like, what are some other ones?
Red flag.
flag.
Red flag.
Control.
That's a big one.
Yeah, don't let nobody come into your relationship to try to dictate or to control you. They can have their opinion, and don't allow them to shut down your voice of reasoning. Anytime you say somebody like that, that means they want to control your life. that's not a good relationship. Because that means if you see something wrong, you can't speak up because you're afraid that you're gonna offend the person. That's not a good relationship. If me and the person can't discuss nothing, then we don't need to be together.
Sure.
It's hard to say, but that's a fact.
That's a big one.
You know, because you'll end up walking in that relationship around eggshells. And that's not a good relationship.
And in today's society, that control is a big thing because this I think this generation is all or nothing.
Yeah.
I can't have you, nobody else will.
Yeah.
That's really scary.
That is very
Exactly.
scary.
Exactly.
The mental space of people nowadays is like they go crazy.
deranged.
Yes.
Yeah. And remember, you know,
Yes.
bringing somebody in your life is really, you're really supposed to bring somebody in your life not to make you happy. You
There
know?
you go.
You're supposed to be already happy. That's just an additive to your life. If you in a relationship and your dependability is on this particular person to make you happy, you then in problems.
Yep.
The relationship is dead already.
You're
And you don't even know it.
You're holding your own self, and
Exactly.
the person is gonna add to help you. You help each other. You know, there's a lot of
Dependence.
the codependency
Yeah.
I see happening today.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah, especially if the
Very
person have
scary.
money or things, you know, and they use those things to control.
But that's a red flag.
Yeah, big red
Control.
flag.
Yeah, control. Not wanting. Yeah, that's control your movements, control what you do. It comes. Control comes in various aspects. That's your movements. You got to know where you are every minute of the day. You can't do this. Why you doing this? You can't have friends. Why you have that control? It's a big umbrella.
Yeah, big flag.
That's a red
Big
flag. What else? I mean, that's a huge red flag.
Yeah, because that covers a lot.
Yeah, that covers a lot of it.
About
Angles.
95% of the red flags fell up under control.
Control. Yeah.
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 Because control could end up being abuse. It slides right into abuse. It could be physical abuse, then it
Mental
could be
abuse.
mental abuse, then it could be verbal abuse.
Yep.
You know?
Which a lot of in today's society, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to use certain languages to your partner. No, it's not okay because it's devaluing.
Yeah. You
It
devalue
doesn't.
it.
You're devaluing the person.
Because if you say you love somebody, you don't degrade the person.
Yeah.
You know? And then you turn and say you love them. No, something wrong with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope you are enjoying this week's video. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any new uploads. Now back to the episode. So then how do couples or people who want to be in relationships or people who are in some kind of relationship, how do they work through arguments and still keep a respectful playing field?
I think sometimes somebody has to walk away. If it's too hot, walk away. I know for me, I can go off the rail very quickly. He's more quiet. So he probably the one to like walk away and come back later, and then come back and say, do you really think you need to do all of that? And sometimes I argue myself, why did I have to do all of that? Because I have those conversations. He'll say, you're so real. I'm like, yeah, I know when I get off the rail, so and that's what makes him a good partner for me, because he'll like, you're getting off the rail, like, chill.
And not everything need to be not everything you need to respond to. If I respond to everything that she do, one of us is dead.
At least they're honest.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but this,
You can't. It
this
doesn't
tit
make
for tat,
sense.
tit for tat. You can't go. Yeah,
No,
somebody has to be the bigger person and walk away.
Sometimes you have to be
Yeah.
like a duck and let the water run off
Yeah,
your back.
just
Be like,
go.
I'm not even gonna answer that right now. That's not even worth it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just walk away.
Yeah.
But you have to know, and then that comes with years of knowing each other. That doesn't come overnight, because then people don't. They go to year one and this one argument and they're separating. I'm like, well, you just had one argument. And sometimes when you talk to people now, and they're like, I said, well, you really think about that person. What was the reason y'all broke up again or divorced again? And it's like they can't give you I'm like, but don't you think you could have worked that through?
Yeah.
And people don't want to work.
They don't
That's true.
Marriage is work. You gotta put in the work.
Relationship is work. Forget marriage. Relationship in a whole is work.
Yeah. Like to maintain.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so true. Like
Yeah.
people just are so quick to like get up and just
Go.
like And this is something that we see a lot in this day and age. Like, there's a very big attitude on everyone is disposable. But in reality, sometimes you may never meet a person again.
That's true.
Yes.
Like, I honestly feel like that. Like, you have to be careful the way you treat some people because you may never have that opportunity. Like, not everyone is disposable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you miss out on your blessing, and then you're like, well, why am I still single? Or why am I not?
In a good relationship.
Because
Toxic.
you need help.
Yeah.
Like,
You'll get your husband one day.
you know, and he's out there. If you're watching this, subscribe to the channel.
You will find your husband.
Subscribe to the channel.
Like and subscribe.
And so let's just say this was a viewer question. Could you see yourself with each other if marriage wasn't an option?
If marriage wasn't an option?
Yeah.
I don't think I would have been married.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I said this the other day. I was saying, I don't know if I didn't get married, would I be married in today's society? Probably not. Honestly, if I did not get married to Sheldon, I probably would not have gotten married. I would have been more involved in ministry, but I also been traveling with my aunts because we love to travel. So I would have been traveling because I would have had the disposable income. I wouldn't have had to have a lot of the expenses I have now. So I would have just been traveling. And in ministry, a lot more with youths and So, but we got married, we got hitched.
That is funny.
Handcuffed.
Yeah.
One burner.
and people look at us as the Twin Towers. I'm like, Lord.
Still standing though.
Yes.
And what are some misconceptions that you two believe young people have about marriage?
Misconception.
They don't think, honestly, young people don't believe marriage works.
Yeah.
Oh, we know the reason why though.
Why?
Because there has been a display of a lot of negative relationships. A lot of people haven't seen their parents end up together.
That's true.
Or they see it in the media. This couple's so great, and then there's infidelity or
Yeah.
there's abuse.
That's
So
true.
it's
So I'm gonna just say this, and this is the thing. And a recent couple that split, and everybody knows they're big in the in the church realm, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe this." I said, "Okay, they're humans, and we can't pattern our lives of other people, right?" So you're in this marriage with this stranger. Two people come together from different backgrounds, and for whatever reason, people will hold you to a higher standard, yes, because of just where you are, whether it be ministry or you walk out strata of life and social media hold you to a different standard. So in that sense, it gets in the limelight when something goes wrong with you, right? But I just tell people you're human. Humans are prone to fail, and we will fail because we're not perfect. But if we want to hold each other accountable and be better for it, or are we going to just pick up our bags and separate and say, oh, we're out of this. This is done.
And that will mean that every relationship that you walk into, when something go wrong, you're going to run from it.
yeah.
So I believe the main thing is forgiveness. People want to hold on to things and they don't want to forgive. I believe you can forgive and you can be restored. I believe it can work. And you have to talk things out.
Even if it's with a
People
counselor.
don't talk. And sometimes you have to bring in a third party, like she said. Sometimes. And I will be honest with you. This is just my belief. I believe it may be totally different. But I believe we invested in our marriage.
Yeah.
What do you mean by we invested in our marriage?
Please elaborate.
Yes. I mean in that we went on couples retreat.
Yep.
We get under somebody else who was talking about marriage, not just us talking about marriage. We sit down and listen to others. And I believe because of that,
Investing it, yeah.
long time ago, that's what caused our marriage to really have that glue,
Deep
tightness, and growth because of we invested in
Yep.
it. Because even when I saw other people's marriage was going off track, we tried to get them involved, and they refused to, and their marriage went straight down to the bottom of the pit.
You have to invest in your marriage. Your
invest.
marriage is like a car. It needs a tune-up, an oil change.
Yep.
So you have to, and there's various. See, when we have our podcast, we can talk about that. But coming soon will be a marriage seminar
Please
in a
do.
neighborhood
The people
near
need
you.
it.
So make sure you register at
Pinder
the time
TV.
when it comes right. So Pinder TV will be announcing. But follow us, like, and subscribe on YouTube, Pinder TV.
crying.
But that's a shameless plug. But yes, marriage is an investment. You must, just like how you want to invest in a good gift for the birthday, go to marriage seminars. Different ones, couples retreats, whatever it is, because you need that time away. Sometimes when you have children, you focus so much on the children, and when the children leave the house, you're like two strangers in the house because you never built a relationship together. You never had a friendship together. Just the other day, somebody was saying to me in my office, "How long you been married?" I said, "Well, 25 years." He goes, "You guys actually look like you're friends and enjoy each other." I was like, "Yeah. We do. We hang out. We drive out. We laugh at silly things. We get mad. I mean, but we still enjoy each other's company, And people just don't get that. They think it's strange. They think it's strange, and people know when I'm mad at him, and they'll know. I get mad at him, but
I don't get mad at him.
yes, she does. But
I get upset with
you
her.
get upset. Yeah, but I mean, it's
He
like
does it, yeah.
we're not. It's like, okay, we had a very heated disagreement, but hey, listen, it's not gonna. I'm not packing my bags.
Yeah, you guys
Nah.
don't let it bring you down.
Correct.
No.
Like
We're gonna work through it.
Yeah, like you said, it's like working through it, having this open discussion, and not letting the problem sit.
Right.
Because when you let the problem sit, they just fester.
Yeah.
So that's another thing
Mountain.
with young people. You said, why do they have this misconception? They don't want to talk.
Yeah.
That's true.
They want to talk, and you can't talk through text. You have to literally open your mouth and talk, because text has no tone. A lot of these text conversations, what you're reading into a text is not even what I'm saying, because you're reading it with your own tone.
Yeah.
So the written word is there, but you put a tone in it. So they don't want to talk. They're at the table and they're texting each other. I'm like, you're mad at me, but you're not talking. You have to talk. You have to talk. I don't
And
care.
they and like you said before, where they're so much in there, they're feeling so much. They allow their feelings to shut them down from talking. Because it's
Everybody
all
has
about their feelings.
Too much feelings.
Yeah.
I feel. I just feel like, and I just feel like, I'm like, I had to say, what is this feelings? Everybody has, it's an emotion.
Yeah.
Feelings go high and low.
Yeah.
But we can't move with that high and low.
True.
Yeah, you'd be.
You're gonna be very unstable. And again, mental illness is popular. That's a good. Everything goes on a mental
it.
illness. It's being used.
Abused now.
It's being abused now. Everything is mental illness. No, it's like, can we have a conversation?
Right.
Can we talk?
Or you need to take up that responsibility. And that's what a lot of people are trying to escape from, the responsibility and the commitment that you have made.
So they try to skip out of what
Yeah.
they need to be committed to and
Yeah.
do something else.
Exactly.
As a distraction.
Yeah. That's all it is.
Self-awareness is a very large component of marriage.
Yes.
This everything that they've said, you can't have a healthy marriage, a long-standing marriage, if you're not self-aware. Because there's so many examples of self-awareness, and I highlight that because some people are not self-aware. Like, there's no what I do, how does this make the other person feel? It's only about, I'm just caring about how I feel, and that's not. Your relationship is not going to last. And I know I'm single and my ring finger's empty. But the main
Not for
point
long.
is, not for long. Get her while she's hot. Because she's going out the shelf. But really and truly, like, self-awareness
You're right.
and it has to grow over time. Yeah.
So when people look at Sheldon and I, they automatically think because I'm the talker that I can rule him. A huge inaccurate assumption. Like people do look at us.
No,
and
I didn't
think
say
that,
that. No, she's right.
Yeah,
Not just a talker, but she
I'm strong. I'm a strong woman.
she's strong-willed. She's
Right.
a strong-willed woman.
But I can't
You know what
rule
I'm saying?
him.
It's not a matter of saying rule. You're not ruling me. I let her have her way. But there's a line.
Right.
You could have your way, but you're not gonna disrespect me. You're not gonna dishonor me.
Right.
And she know when to pull in and when to pull back.
Right.
And I know that when to do it too. You know, because I know she don't like to get shamed, so I wouldn't shame her, you know, in the front of people or, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, nobody
you
wants to
know?
be embarrassed. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just that we have different personalities,
Yeah.
and the personalities match. It helps, you know.
Yeah.
He pulls me in when I need to be reined
she
in,
pulls
and
me
I
out.
don't have a problem being pulled in, contrary to popular belief.
She'll stomp and kick though.
Humility is the key word.
There
Yes,
you
it
go.
is.
Humility, because sometimes you try to pull somebody back in. Oh, why are you telling me?
Yeah.
I'm trying to help you out.
Yeah.
So, if you guys had to give couples out there, singles out there, one word of advice about marriage or relationships, so what would you tell them?
Me personally, I will tell them work on themselves.
Okay.
Work on yourself and love yourself first. You can't love somebody else if you don't love yourself. It's not gonna work. Work on you. Establish you. Build yourself up 1st. Love yourself. Take care of you. And you'll see everything come right together like a puzzle.
Wow. One word of advice. That was a good one. I don't know if I can add anything else to that. You gotta know yourself. To thine own self be true. Don't look for somebody else to fulfill something that's missing. I think that's not their role. That's not their role. Don't look for your father. Don't look for your mother, because then you're not looking for a mate, and the mate is to be helping you. You know, so yeah, you gotta really. And if you know you got issues, work on your issues. You know, like that's. But I'm gonna throw this out here. If you're dating someone, and you really think that person is going to be someone that's going to get to that level of marriage, please find a couple that you trust to introduce this person to, so they can ask the hard questions. Because sometimes I believe that you're so involved in the relationship and so in love that you're not even asking yourselves the right question. Because there's a theory that somebody said, I don't think I need marital counseling. I think premarital counseling is important. But if you don't want to do that, I mean, you need to have a couple that you can feel accountable to say, hey, I trust this couple, and I'm going to go to them and say, and ask the hard questions. That's something I think my husband and I have done. And there are people right now, I told my husband when they left, I said, that's not going to work. And they didn't. They just don't want to deal with the hard things. It's like they want to live under falsehood, So you got to find someone that's really gonna keep things real with you. And I mean, I know for me, when I was getting married, all my aunts told me, you're a strong-willed girl. You gotta. And I said, I know, but I already knew him, and I know he has me. He knows how to handle me. So he does. People don't realize that, but he does. That's why he can stay 25 years to deal with me. He better not handle me, because I'm a lot.
See, she even knows.
I'm a lot, but I mean, yeah. But no, but Gabby, relationships is hard. Very good topic. But it's marriage is not for the weak, because you're gonna have to put in some work.
But I want you to think about this. I want you guys to think about this too.
Invite them to think about it.
Yeah. Okay. The things that you do personally, habits, is difficult. So imagine you trying to change somebody else. Habits. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I'm trying to say you have to work on you. You have to build you. You have to change your mindset. You cannot change somebody else. You have to work. The goal and the key is you. When you do that, everything comes together.
And you pray that God sends that person that's gonna be your true mate. True mate.
That puzzle will fit.
It will fit. It will fit. It will fit. More to
Guys.
come in the book.
It's coming. The book is coming.
And Pinder TV.
That too. I just want to thank you guys so much for being my guest. This was an amazing episode, and I hope you guys all enjoyed it. This is a good one. Of course, you know where to find us at the Something Else Podcast. on socials. And again, can you guys?
My handle is I am Mrs. Pinder on Instagram, YouTube, Pinder TV, Facebook page for Pastor Sheldon Pinder, Pinder, and then Instagram is Healthy Life Legacy. That's the Instagram. So you've gotten everything there. And compliments of makeup all to Mary Kay.
Okay, Mary Kay, girl.
And we will see you guys in the next episode.
Like and
Bye.
subscribe. Thank you.